that the first fight should be up in 20 minutes. Yeah, so Alvarado and Garcia, the betting apps was supposed to start 3 hours ago. We just got done watching the Ring Canelo and Crawford press conference. I mean, you guys could let me know what you thought about that. I'll give you my opinion if you ask. But I got the zone playing right in front of me. I'll let you know when the first fight starts. Damn, it's 1:08 p.m. my time. I have sparring at 4 p.m. So now I'm like, I have sparring at 3 hours. I thought this card would be done before that, but it has to be late for you guys Americans too. Jesus. For the card not to have even started. So it's saying that Alvarado and Garcia is starting in 20 minutes. Yeah, so it looks like the card's going to start in 20 minutes. All right, so yeah, what's up, boys? Johnny Rotten, Rambler, let's go, boys. DJ Green, we're here. How we fella Skeezy in the house. Bricks, am I the only one having trouble watching it? Yeah, so Bricks, it's starting in 20 minutes. Did the fight start yet? Dom in the house, hasn't started. Johnny, what is something good to drink or eat for headaches after sparring? Great question. So, you know, this is kind of I first learned this secret from my first interview with Chris Algieri back in 2016. So something that a lot of people don't know about supplementing creatine. Creatine first hit the market as, you know, a proven supplement to take for strength and add a little bit of muscle when you're training. But you could also take creatine for brain health. And I would say if I were you, if you're a boxer and you're sparring, I would definitely be supplementing creatine every day. Post headaches, I mean, hydration. If it's headaches though through, you know, force, through getting hit, man, it's tough though. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good spot. So I used to have a massage therapist. So like if you have a headache under the brow, if this is our brow, with your thumbs, kind of go here. And there's a pressure release there. So I always start here and you kind of use your own head to add pressure. And then another one is here on your temple. You kind of have you kind of hold that for like, hold this for 30 seconds, hold this for 30 seconds. And if you're getting headaches, mate, I mean, I don't really advise getting too sort of used to taking over the counter, like paracetamol in America, Tylenol, aspirin, that sort of thing. But yeah, headaches suck, dude. It's just part of the game. I would start supplementing creatine though. Look into it. It's almost midnight. The boys, you boys are wild. Skeezy in the house, Perth, holla, 11 a.m. Do I think Olascuaga gets the stoppage? You went heavy on it. Let's see what I got. Okay, so right now, here are the odds for Olascuaga on points. So Olascuaga money line $1.13. Not a lot of value. By stoppage is $1.48. By decision is $4. So it just depends on what you want. You're welcome, Jose. Yeah, so Mike Ross, the card is going to start in 15 minutes. I got it up as well. They're just doing this stupid montage. Do you guys watch Gary from 3D? I always make fun of Gary in our message group because some of the words Gary says, I feel like we used to speak like I only know Gary through YouTube, by the way, but you know he's become a man. You guys only know me through YouTube, right? But what would Gary say if this DAZN card, it's like 3 hours delayed? He would say something like, "Man, this DAZN card's acting gay." You know what I mean? He would say that. I've heard him say that. I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to say that, mate. He'll say that. He'll drop the R bomb. He'll straight up call someone. Gary cracks me up, man. I actually heard Gary use the word fin the other day. That's another one. So I brought this up on my live stream last week. in the early 90s, mid 90s, this is like when I was like a kid, 10 years old. People used to say Finn. You know, like, man, I'm finna go to the store. Or, you know, I ain't finna go to school. And then I thought we replaced Finn with trying, man. I ain't trying to go to the store, man. I ain't trying to fuck with you. I ain't trying to go to school. That sort of thing. I heard Gary use the word Finn the other day on one of his live streams. I was like, who still says that? That shit's hilarious. Yeah, Gary's been on the he's been on that extraordinary lately, hasn't he? That's hilarious. He would say super. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he makes me laugh, man. Gary, he does. What's up, boys? Boxing After Dark is back. Xavier Lexus, let's go. All right, we got we could go over the odds right now. You could ask me who I got. Okay, so this first fight, we'll go all about the method of victory. It says it's starting in 12 minutes. Alvarado versus Garcia on the money line. Alvarado's $1.32. Garcia's $3.75. My betting app isn't giving me an option for method of victory, but some of the boys in the Discord are saying that Alvarado's on upset alert. So, do you guys got action on Alvarado and Garcia? Let me know. And join the Discord, boys. Join the Discord. That link is pinned in the comment section. Also, guys, like this video. We got 56 people in here. 5 people have liked my video. You guys are suspect. How am I only gonna have 5 people with a thumbs up? I have to challenge you to a fight. Let's go. Put the thumbs up, boys. What are we doing? Slipping. Crawford will win, JJ says. Ooh, how does Crawford win, JJ? You want to come on this live and debate me? Who wants to debate it? Who wants to come on the live right now and debate me? Tell me how Crawford beats Canelo. I want to know. Randall, good luck tonight, boys. I'm out. Got to get up early. Randall, I'll see you tomorrow. Guys, before you get out of here, though, I'm going live tomorrow with Chilltown. I'm doing a whole live stream. Chilltown said, hey, Johnny, let me come on the channel. I'm going to tell everybody my final money predictions for Canelo Crawford. So that's tomorrow. I'll put that up in the Discord. Crawford doesn't beat Canelo. I agree with Biff. I don't see a path to victory for Crawford. Canelo will get gassed out in the later rounds and Bud will go for the kill. Canelo will get gassed out in the later round? What are you talking about? When has that happened? When have you seen that happen? Bud will go for the kill? What are you talking about? How does he get to that point? How does Bud go for the kill? What does he do? Does he use his jab from the outside to set up the inside? Does he fight Canelo at range? Does he fight Canelo in the pocket? Does he hurt Canelo anywhere? How's he going to withstand Canelo's body work? Is he going to try to catch and shoot Canelo? You know, he was trying to parry the jab and catch and shoot Madrimov at 154 pounds. That didn't work that well for him. He got tagged up against Madrimov at 154 pounds. Look, I'm a big Crawford fan. I just feel like he shouldn't have skipped a step. He skipped too many steps. He should have taken a fight at 60. He should have been more active. He should have taken a fight at 60, or maybe a stay busy fight, or I don't want to call it step down. He should have taken a tune-up. This guy, he's going to be 38 in a couple weeks. He's not who he used to be. He's slower. We watched against Madrimov. His head movement wasn't as good as he got hit more against Madrimov. That was a 154 guy. This weird narrative that Canelo can't box is insane. Canelo's the one who's younger. Canelo's the bigger dude. Canelo, he's only losses, Bivol and Floyd. And this is what I was going to tell you guys. I've been telling you guys all week. What is Crawford going to show Canelo that he hasn't seen? Canelo's fought everybody. Dude, look at Canelo's resume. When you got Sugar Shane Mosley on your resume, when you got Floyd Mayweather on your resume, when you got Triple G on your resume, when you got Bivol on your resume, I'm not even bring up guys like Danny Jacobs and Austin Trout and Lara, who's a current world champion. You know what I'm saying? So, what is Crawford going to show Canelo that he hasn't seen? At 168, Canelo's the bigger dude. Canelo is going to be the biggest guy Bud's fought. He's going to be the biggest puncher Bud has fought. He's going to be the most experienced fighter Bud has fought. What is Crawford's path to victory? I don't see it. I don't see Crawford's path to victory, man. I just don't. And this is coming from a Crawford fan. So if this were a fanboy channel, I would tell you to bet on Crawford, but it's not. I can't tell you guys to put your hard-earned money on a guy that I don't think Bud has a path to victory, man. I just don't. No way he wins. This fight's going on in 10 minutes, boys. I can't. Tell me, JJ. I hope Bud wins, JJ. I hope you tell me. I hope you get to tell me I told you so, and I hope you're right. And I'm cheering for Crawford. I hope Bud wins. I want to see Crawford win. What a story that would be. What a story for his legacy, especially if you're a guy like me who's followed his whole career. I just don't see him beating Canelo. Who wins, Hackit or Vines? Hackit should get the dub. Hackit should beat Vines, mate. I feel like people who say Crawford wins don't spar a bigger guy. I feel like people who say Crawford wins have never been hit to the body. Have you guys ever been hit to the liver? Also, I brought it up. We could get technical if we can nitpick if we want to nitpick about what Canelo. I just think, people say Bud's gonna have the hand speed advantage as well. I don't think so. I think Canelo's gonna have the hand speed advantage. You guys are. This isn't Bud fighting at 140. This isn't Bud fighting against Victor Postel in 2016. This isn't Bud fighting against Kell Brook. Even at 147, this isn't Bud versus EJ. When did Bud have good hand speed, in your opinion? What part of his career, I'm saying? You'd have to say 140, right? Maybe 147. I think he was faster at 40. You think he's going to carry that speed up 10 years, moved forward from that to 168? Guys, I don't see it, man. Hackit, is this fight happening? Yeah, we got Alvarado and Garcia fighting in 8 minutes. DJ, some bullshit. Have the fight started yet? Nope. Dom, what's your prediction of Olascuaga? I got Princesa winning the fight, Dom. I'll talk about my method of victory in a second. Using the Majimov narrative will have you losing money. Crawford will hurt Canelo. Just who? JJ, when has anybody hurt Canelo? What do you like? Canelo's never been dropped, never been down. All right, so the fight's starting. Thanks, young money. When it started, so DAZN's stream is starting now. 6 kg jump. Can't believe people don't understand. They probably don't spar though, man. Not yet. What if they fight at 54? Who wins? Yeah, FX coaching. My dad used to say about what ifs. He'd be like, Johnny, what if my aunt had a dick? She'd be my uncle. It's not. They're not fighting at 54. You know what I'm saying? They're not fighting at 54. JJ 41-0, 31 knockouts. His team have been licking their chops studying Canelo for years. JJ, you gotta add 35, 40, 47, 50, 4-division world champion. You gotta add the first male ever to become undisputed in 2 different divisions. If he beats Canelo, he'll be a 5-division world champion, puts him in rare air. He's won world titles at 35, 40, 47, 54. You got to add all that stuff. I'm a huge Crawford fan, guys. I'm a bigger fan of Bud than I am of Canelo. I just don't think he beats Canelo. I'm sorry. It's starting right now. Why Princesa? I think Princesa's that dude. Princesa could crack, man. He got good hand speed. Answering Mervin Albano's question. One of my boys from back home in Ohio, I talked about this on my earlier live stream. If you guys are, the longer you're on my channel, you would hear me talk about Junto Nakatani. I always bring up Junto. I think Junto, he just announced he's going up to 22. I could see him going up to 26. Junto, before it's all said and done, will be like at least a 4-division world champion, Hall of Famer. My buddy back home, who's connected to Olascuaga, he speaks the same about Olascuaga. He says this guy is the real deal. As he fights more and more, people are going to realize it. People are high on Olascuaga. DJ Green. Now it's on. Camacho for the upset. Dude, I'm telling you, Crawford has a sinister game plan. I mean, don't sleep on... I'm a Bomac guy. Don't sleep on old mate. Eddie Reynoso got them supplements. Eddie Reynoso got them good supplements. Camacho, let's go. Now it's on. Here we go. People must be crazy to think Bud is dropping Canelo. I know, Moises Amador. Canelo had been in there with huge punchers. Canelo's fought everybody, guys. The guy, and he's only 35. People, I don't understand the disrespect. I don't know if it's disrespect for Canelo or it's amnesia. You know what a lot of it is that because he didn't fight Benavidez, people have taken, there's this weird mainstream narrative that he didn't fight Benavidez, so then everything he's ever done is just, doesn't count for anything. Bud will be a 3-division undisputed champion across 5-weight. Blaze, pound for pound, let's go. JJ Days, okay, well, I can't wait to try. Let's do it. I can't, bro. I am. This is the first time in Bud's career I'm betting against him, JJ. And it sucks, by the way. I'm not happy that I'm betting against Bud, but people come to my channel to ask me for my honest opinion. And if I honestly thought Bud was going to win, I would tell you that. It's just, first time I walked into a boxing gym, I was 7 years old. I'm 43 now. I'll be 44 in April. I've been around boxing my entire life. I still coach boxing. I still train. I still box. Obviously not professionally, but just when you break it down to game plans, when you break down strategy, when you're trying to figure out a path to victory for each guy, what is Bud's path to victory? The only thing I've heard all week, he's gonna outbox him. He's gonna outbox him. I'm like, I don't know, man. He's gonna outbox Canelo? He's not a guy. He's not a Pernell Whitaker. He's not a Floyd Mayweather. He's not a Shakur Stevenson. He's not going to use the entire ring. It's just not what he is. It's never been his style. Is this Sergey Boacek talking? This dude talking on TV, I don't know who he is. Looks like Sergey Boacek. Delayed, Young Money, Canelo, Seri, Hackit, Olascuaga. Let's go. Hey, Young Money. We see eye to eye. I got those same exact ones. Guys, make sure your thumbs up. Make sure you join the Discord. You see all the boys with the stars in the chat. These are Johnny Says Boxing Insiders. Join the Discord here. You get access to all the guys in there, the parlays. There's professional bettors, all your picks, all the bets. Join the Discord. It's a couple bucks a month. Join here. I'm stuck in the airport waiting on a 920. Blaze, going to the fights. I'm jealous of you. Be safe. Where's the results of the early fight? They haven't started yet. Gifted, this is, so we got, we got Tally. We got 5 fights. We got Tally, Alvarado, Hackit, Valoria. I'm excited for Justin Valoria, to be honest with you. Have you guys seen Justin Valoria before a fight? All right, here we go. What is the method of victory for Canelo, Johnny? So the method of victory for Canelo is what Bud is gonna do is he's gonna want to enter the pocket with his jab. I think if he's smart, he's gonna have to fight him at range. But there's gonna be a moment in this fight where they're gonna have to parry each other. One of them is gonna have to win the front foot game. I'm waiting to see if Crawford goes southpaw. If he fights Canelo southpaw, then that's gonna, I feel, give Canelo a better opportunity to land his backhand. Canelo's gonna want to get past Bud's jab, which he can. I feel after the first few rounds, Canelo he probably already thinks that Bud can't hurt him. Once Canelo doesn't respect Bud's power or feel that he can hurt him, he's going to stay in the strike zone. He's going to lure Bud into a dogfight. I think he's going to break Bud down to the body. I think that's going to eventually slow Bud's feet down. He's not going to be a big mover anyway, but eventually Bud is a dog. He is a boxer, but he's also a fighter. And I feel once Canelo can get him to sort of fight him, I got Canelo on the money line, but I wouldn't be shocked if Canelo stops him late. If Majumov was landing a lot in that fight, I had Bud winning 8-4, but the fight could have easily been 7-5. I thought Bud won the championship rounds, but Majumov kept landing his backhand. He is awkward. He's way more awkward than Canelo. I mean, I think people are underestimating Canelo's timing, underestimating Canelo's hand speed, underestimating Canelo's punch selection. His lead hook is dangerous. We've seen his uppercut. Think about what he did to, the kid, the Brit, Billy Joe. Think about Amir Khan, which seemed like 40 years ago. That was his backhand. So my point is with Canelo, we've seen the punch selection. We've seen him stop Khan with a backhand. We've seen him stop Billy Joe with that uppercut. We've seen him drop and knock dudes out with the lead hook. Think about Berlanga. That was just a few fights ago. That just nasty check hook. So yeah, I just think the power, the size, the durability. I think the body shots. There's just so many things that I side with Canelo. What is going on here? Is any rules of the underdog? 8 rules. You don't duck fights. Your first fight here. Your first night here, fights like it's your last. Every fight is 50-50. Rule 4, make the crowd love or hate you. Rule 5, go viral. Rule 6, no running from the fight. Rule 7, take risks. What the hell is this shit? Rule 8, never leave it to the hands of the... This is some casual shit, whoever made these rules up. Whoever made these rules up never boxed. By the way, if you guys are watching the fight on DAZN, I guess we're watching some production underdog. There's 8 rules of underdog. And this is obviously from somebody who's never boxed before. Wade Plem, never heard of him. The Wade, never heard of him. I don't watch content creators. Okay, well, I just subscribed to you. JJ, be good, brother. DJ Green, Valoria is a dog. Yeah, I think Valoria is my prospect to watch tonight, guys. Who will fight first match? Damn, they're really dragging this out, guys. This is kind of hard to watch. Is Camacho a live dog? I think so. I think... Am I betting? I didn't take Camacho, though. I don't see... Olascuaga's not losing. I would be shocked if Olascuaga loses this fight. Parlay is on Camacho and Vines. Wow. Gifted. You're going with Camacho to beat Olascuaga. I don't see that happening, man. Have you guys not seen Princesa Olascuaga fight? All right, guys, we need to do a poll. You guys taking Camacho, is it because you don't know who Olascuaga is? Or you watch the tape and through your tape study, you think Camacho is going to beat Olascuaga? You got to answer that for me. Or are you just betting on the odds because you pulled out your app, you sprinkled $10 on the odds, and you think Camacho is going to beat him? Let me know your reasoning. Is there a dance show? I don't know what's going on, Breaking Bad. This is awful. What's going on, dude? They got rules now. I know. This is weird, man. They got rules now. Every fight. Yeah, what are they talking about, boys? It's Turkey's rules. Whoever made this stuff up never boxed. Should I go for knockout or decision for Canelo? Mervin Albano. I don't see Bud getting stopped. I mean, I said that it's hard to see a great like Bud get stopped. I think the odds, Mervin, I think the odds are juicy enough. Just take Canelo on the money line if you think Canelo's going to win. If you really like Canelo, just take him on the money line. Yeah, this shit's bad, boys. Clutch, are you going to play the fight? Hell, what do you mean am I going to play the fight? Oh, so Clutch, no offense. So if I play the fight, just get my whole channel removed. Just get everything just taken down. You must be smoking on that weed. Cue Crucial Conflict. Smoking on hay. Hay in the middle of the barn. Smoking on hay. Yeah, this is bad, boys. This isn't good. Breaking Bad, put a little 25 bonus bet. Nice. Ooh, first round stoppage. Let's go, Breaking Bad. I hope you get it. Nick in the house. DJ Green, they took all this. Yeah, this is horrible, guys. Camacho, damn, all you guys are... Somebody tell me why Camacho beats Olascuaga. Are you guys... Do you guys watch boxing? This is no bullshit. You boys picking Camacho, is it because you're a fan and you love his style? You followed Camacho's whole career? Because this is insane that I'm seeing all you guys picking Camacho over Olascuaga. Makes sense. This is some bullshit. Got a Fight Club feel to it. Well, they're trying to do that. Why would Yafai deserve a title shot when he got his ass beat? Well, you do know what happened, right? Hold on. We got to address some false news here. Cookiebot UT says, why would Yafai deserve a title shot when he got his ass beat? THC isn't even a PED, so Rodriguez got cleared. That's wrong, and that's fake news. So Francisco Rodriguez Jr., Frankie Rod, before he fought Galal Yafai, he fought a fight in Texas. It was an 8-rounder. If you go to his box rec, you'll see it was ruled a no decision, but he won, right? What happened was he pissed hot for elevated levels of testosterone. They told Galal Yafai's camp about this prior to the fight, that he had already pissed hot. Galal Yafai's camp said they didn't care. Nobody released it. And then the fight went on, and we saw Frankie Rod put belt to ass. And when we were live streaming that fight, and during that live stream, I was saying to you guys, Frankie Rod's going to piss hot for this fight. I was like, he already tested dirty his last fight. I was like, it's the 10th round, and Frankie Rod looks like he did in the first round. I was like, this dude's on something. And sure enough, he pissed hot again for elevated levels of test. So it wasn't THC, dude. Don't try to lie. That boy has been pissing hot since the end of the war. Let's go. Who's fighting right now? We got the first fight of the card. We got one of Bomac's Young Bucks. This is going to end in a knockout. They're not even featuring it on the betting app. So Bomac, this is Tally. This is Jamal Tally versus Anthony Holloway. It's a 6-rounder. If I was able to get odds on this, I would have taken Tally by knockout, but my book wouldn't let me do it. Rule number 1, never underestimate the other man's greed. Dwayne Styles in the house. Hey, Johnny, hope you're doing well. Just got back to VA on Monday. Yeah. Anyways, I have your shirt. Nice. Appreciate you, Dwayne. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the other thing, man. It bums me out. Stack, has the fight started? Yeah, the first fight started. Why am I worried? I didn't bet this fight, guys. This is Tally versus Holloway. Does anyone have action on this? Turkey always on some extra shit. Because Turkey's never fought before, man. Turkey's a jive turkey. Watch those old... My dad used to watch those old 70s, there was a genre. I think they were blaxploitation films. I think that's the genre. And, like, my dad was an old head street guy. And they would say things like, man, he just a jive turkey. And so, like, Turkey Al-Ashik is a jive turkey. Imagine Yo, Goat in the house, checking in. Crispy Chris, I see you. Yeah, pissing hot. What's up? What's up, Johnny? Fight fam, let's go. Jamal Tally, I got Tally. Yeah, if I could have, I would have taken Tally by knockout. It's only a 6-rounder. These rounds are gonna fly. And then we got Alvarado versus Garcia, which is another 6-rounder. These fights are gonna fly by because there's a couple 6-rounders, a couple 8-rounders, and then Olascuaga is a 12-rounder. Gotta be rage baiting because ain't no way. I got action on this fight. I got action on all the fights. Good luck, boys. So 81 in the chat. Good. And let's get the likes up. Make sure you like it when you're tapping in. Guys, I got Alvarado. Okay, so Donnie on TV. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you're not the only one, though, actually. No, I got Alvarado, too. But people were trying to make me second-guess that. I already got my bets in. I got Alvarado to beat Garcia. We'll see what happens. Breaking Bad, Alvarado, Garcia draw. Some of the boys, Nick from Breaking Bad thinks there's going to be a draw in the Alvarado fight. When you look at their records and their resumes and the statistics on BoxRec, I can see that. It's one of those rare fights on BoxRec, depending on whatever credibility or relevance you take with the rankings, the algorithm. It's one of the rare ones to where you see the lower ranked BoxRec guy actually be heavily favored on the books. Let's get this bread. He looks good at the gym over at RGBA. Yeah, Olascuaga is a beast, boys. I got Garcia. I would be shocked if Princesa loses. Like, that's how confident I am on him. Like, the guys that I know who know him. So the dudes that I personally know from Ohio that know Olascuaga and they're close with the camp, like I said, they expect this kid to be, before it's all said and done, one of these like multi-division world champion, everybody knows, household name sort of guys. So this is a feature fight for him. It's gonna be. Do you guys realize it's a world title, right? No one's really talking about. This is for the WBO world title at Fly. Look at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's been on his best behavior. Why is that? Isn't that crazy? This is why. How do you not love boxing? How do you not love a sport that just humbles you? This is what I tell, in the past, if I meet somebody out, especially when I was younger, those guys at bars or guys at clubs talking shit for no reason, running their mouth. And then it's kind of like you could tell they're cowards. but it's like, join a fight gym. You know what I mean? Learn a martial art, whether it's jiu-jitsu, learn how to box, whatever it is. And you'll meet the coolest cats in the world there. The nicest dudes I know are fighters. They're the chillest dudes. It's a very humbling endeavor. So, watching Raleigh drop Ryan Garcia and beat him in front of the world, it humbled Ryan. And I think sometimes a little humility for anyone is a good thing. So I guess I just answered my question. Johnny, could you stop mogging us? I don't know what that means. What's mogging mean? He will be. Alvarado getting the stoppage. What's mogging mean? So we got, this is round 2. There's 2 minutes left. Bomac's guy, Tally. This is a kid who, big amateur. I'm pretty sure he was an Olympian. And the things I've heard from him is that people have high hopes that in a very thin American heavyweight sort of landscape, he's kind of a name that people are expecting big things from. There's a few. Josh Edwards is another one. He's not fighting tonight. I think Josh, he went pro a year and a half ago. He might be 5-0 now. But for the most part, American heavyweights, there's not a lot of them at this current moment. But this guy, Tally, is supposed to be... Oh, this is a cruiserweight fight. Wasn't Tally... I think Tally had an amateur career at... Yeah, at amateur he was a heavyweight. Maybe... Here will be Alvarado getting the stoppage. Nice. That's a good bet. I do like these fights leading up. Me too. Me too, guys. I like these fights too. Johnny, do you think Mabili versus Martinez will go the distance? It's a 10-rounder. Great question. New Zealand in the house. UMG, what's up? I have, in my breakdown video, guys, you can watch it on my channel. I like Mabili. I'm real comfortable with Mabili beating Lester, to be honest with you. A 10-rounder. Look, the odds, once again, it's one of those fights where I got Mabili on the money line. I put my bet in maybe 3-4 days ago. So I got Mabili on the money line at... I got him at 170. So I got him at 170 on the money line. I'm seeing what he is now. He's $1.64 now. Lester's $2.40. So there's actually been a little bit more money coming back on him, believe it or not. I could see it going the distance. I can. I have Mabili on the money line, but I could see it going the distance. But then again, I could see it getting stopped. Both guys are front foot guys. Both guys are big punchers. Don't get it twisted. Lester could win this fight. Lester could definitely beat Mabili. Neither guy is super polished, super technical. When I was doing my film study, when I came up with my decision about Mabili, it all comes down to the pressure, the pace, the volume, his comfortability in the pocket, his durability, and just that pace, man. That punch volume is hard to beat. And then also when I watch Lester fight Raiko Santana, and a couple other Lester's fights, he has a lot of knockouts. Obviously, he's never been, never lost. They both have a similar opponent against Gongora. Both beat Gongora by decision. Mabili got hurt against Gongora a couple times in the 2nd and 8th, but didn't get dropped. I don't know. There's a couple little tendencies with Lester, especially when he's punching with you. I don't think Lester's going to be able to handle the pace. I don't think he's going to throughout the 10 rounds, man. We're going to find out, though. It's another one of these fights that, it's great matchmaking. It could go either way. it could go either way. I just think Mabili's strength of schedule, Mabili having the interim title right now, the WBC, where he's trending, Yeah, this is a big step up for Martinez, but the Martinez camp, people think that this is a good fight for him. I don't know if it's a good matchup for him. I don't think it is. Stylistically, I think Mabili's wrong for him. It's not like Lester's going to fight him. It's not like Lester is going to use the jab the entire time and stay on the outside. Both guys are going to be like this. You know what I mean? And both guys have holes defensively. Something I don't like about Mabili is when he's punching with you, he's not so much here. He's like watch his tape. You'll see what I'm talking about. Lester has a tendency to come here. He's a little bit taller. Mabili has a tendency to throw wide. They both have their holes and they both have their flaws. All in all, I like Mabili's durability. I like his pressure. I like his pace. I don't know. I just read that comment, man. You guys are wild, boy. Johnny, do you think Mabili goes to Patty D? Drop down a fair bit on the money line. Basically, C. Miller, DJ Green, we're definitely ain't thinking like that. Okay, thank you. It's a phone booth fight. What time's the main event? So in the main event, Olascuaga is fighting. I have him winning. UMG also, have you seen Canelo in the presser? He's coming in really slim, and I think he might have the speed advantage in this one and might even stop Crawford late. I could see that happening. Out of respect for Bud and my loyalty to Crawford in terms of his career, I don't want to. I'm not betting on him getting. I hope Bud doesn't get stopped. I don't want. Look, I don't want to see Crawford get knocked out. I don't want to see Crawford. Actually, I don't want to see Crawford get beat up either. I just think perfect scenario. Canelo wins the decision. Crawford doesn't get dropped, and because I'm a big Crawford fan, man, it's just that it's tough for me. I'm not putting money on him. I'm putting money on Canelo. We'll see. I think, guys, I think we might be in for a firefight. You know, I did watch the presser. Canelo does look like he's in shape. Canelo's looking, and I don't know if one guy is wearing like lifted shoes. I used to kick it with a dude back in college, mate. So I'm 5'11", and one of my boys who's flat-footed, 5'5", he would wear the old school. What were they called? They were the black combat boots. What was the brand? The heels would be like that thick though, and so we would go out. And he would be like 5'9", and I would be talking to him like, Justin, man. He was a good looking dude, like optically in shape. He was an athlete. You know, he was on my team. But I remember talking, and Smitty, his name was Smitty, and he'd wear these boots, and we'd go to the club, and he could dance. His heels were like this, and I'll be like, Smitty, man, what happens if you take this girl home, you hook up with this girl, you really like each other, and then you start dating her, you're just going to wear these heels the entire time? Like, what the hell? Like, isn't that kind of like, that should be a worry for you. And so with that in mind, Doc Martens were the boots. So with that in mind, I'm like, you never know what a fighter is wearing in these like face-offs. Because Bud was shorter. On paper, Bud is supposed to be taller than Canelo. But when they faced off, Canelo was taller. This has turned into a better fight than I thought it would be, by the way. This is now round 4 of 6. I didn't bet on this fight, but Holloway's fighting like a veteran. You know, he's obviously using a lot of lateral movement. Tally, you know, he's not really cutting the ring off, and he's showcasing his backhand. Tally, his offense right now, to me, looks really sort of like, what's the best way of saying this? Do you guys remember when Charles Conwell fought Chino Garcia? And how, you know, Conwell, after the fight, we talked about how Conwell's offense, everything looked the same. You know, his entrances into the pocket were almost predictable. He didn't hide he didn't feint. He didn't hide his right hand. He didn't, you know, throw a jab and slip. Everything was high guard, right hand. And Chino picked up on that, and, you know, Chino ended up getting the decision. Tally, you know, he'll take from this fight, working on his setups, you know, he just wants to land the big backhand. And Holloway, you know, who has more pro fights, has picked up on that. And all he's doing is seeing it coming and not getting hit with it. Holloway's fighting really negatively. You know, he's not trying to win the fight, but at the same time, he's also making Tally work. So it's interesting. Dichko looked huge. Take his shoes off. Center of the ring action. Boxing fam is awesome. I'm a few drinks deep. Tennessee and Johnny, let's go. Appreciate you, Miller. I'm gonna get some Doc Martens that look 6'2", right? Yeah, but you know, what if you meet somebody and you take them home and then you take those boots off and you're shorter? They're gonna be like, what the hell? D. Thomas, Johnny, what do you think about Blue Blood Sports TV showing the scorecards from the Canelo versus Bud card? It's saying Bud by UD with one card. I don't know what Blue Blood Sports TV is, but showing the scorecards from the Canelo and Bud card, it's saying Bud by UD with one card being one. I'm confused, D. Are you saying that the channel Blue Blood Sports, that's their prediction of the final score? Or are you saying during the fight in 2 days, they're going to be doing their own live scoring? But this sounds to me, am I reading this wrong? What you think about Blue Blood Sports TV showing the scorecards from the Canelo and Bud card? But the card hasn't started yet. It's saying Bud by UD with one card being once. Okay, so you're saying that's their prediction, that Bud's going to win more rounds. I mean, I totally disagree with that. I don't know who Blue Bloods is. They're saying Bud's going to win a unanimous decision. If he's going to win, I don't see Bud knocking Canelo out. So I think that's the safe bit. If Bud's going to win, he's not going to stop Canelo. He's going to win a decision. So I could see it's not that out of sort, to be honest with you, if that's what they're predicting. I just disagree with it. You know, it's not that makes way more sense than if they're predicting a third round Crawford knockout. Then I'd be like, oh shit, that sounds crazy to me. Brandon, does anyone have a streaming link? It's on DAZN. I think the boys are streaming it in the Discord. More thoughts on Billy Martinez over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. More the Prince. Oh yeah. I like that knockdown prop. I like the. That means more. Guys, so what Mar's asking, you know, a lot of the boys, you see the stars, these are savvy boxing enthusiasts. These guys are bettors like myself. So I'm just going to explain what he's asking to the people who might not be aware. Mar is asking, do I see Mabili versus Martinez having at least one knockdown? And those odds are minus 180. That means that we could load up on Mabili and Martinez with that bet and watch it. And just all we're doing is cheering for one knockdown. We don't need anyone to win. We don't need a specific outcome. We just need, within the 30 minutes, the 10 rounds, one of the boys to get dropped. I love that bet. So, Muscles, if you're a fan of the show, you'll know who Muscles is. He's the one who sold me, kind of brought me up on game over the last 2 months about the knockdown props. So, as of late, a guy who's fighting this weekend anyway, he goes into his fights such big favorites that you don't really get a lot of juice for his action. But, you know, I play the knockdown when Inoue fights, and they've been scoring. So, you know, Inoue versus MJ, I'm going to play a knockdown prop in that fight. And so I really don't care who wins the fight. I expect Inoue to beat MJ, probably stop MJ. But I'm going to play a knockdown prop in that fight. UMG... well, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to go live. I haven't for the Canelo card. I just haven't seen my girlfriend in a week because she's been sick, and she's feeling better. So I might have to, you know, give me that honey love. What you know about that public announcement of R. Kelly, 1990? There's something in your eyes, babe. So you know what I'm talking about. He's saying it's a leak. Nah, man, who are these content creators? He's saying it's a leak. Is this what the world's come to of boxing? You got guys leaking it's a script. What are we talking about? Blue Blood is trash, but yeah, I never heard of it, boxing fan. Sal's blog talk. Johnny, do you think it's a coincidence Canelo says he'll knock out Crawford the same rounds as Turkey did the day before? Turkey says he wants a good fight for 7 and 8 rounds, and Canelo says he's stopping Bud. Sal, I don't listen to anything Turkey says, but if Canelo's talking about he's going for a knockout, I mean, 7 to 8 rounds is kind of like, you know why he said 7 to 8 rounds, guys? Is because when you're in fight camp, I've never been in a championship fight camp at this high level, you know what I'm saying? But when you're sparring, you're doing it in quarters, you know, especially if you're fighting 12 rounds. You're doing it, you know, 3 in blocks, 3, 6, 9, 12. You know, at least this is how I was brought up in terms of sparring, strategy. You're breaking the strategy down analytically of a game plan. The first quarter, rounds 1 through 3. The second quarter, rounds 4 through 6. The third quarter, rounds 7 through 9. And the fourth quarter, rounds 9 through 12. So when he says 7 to 8, that's based on his game plan, you know, in terms of what they want to do in the first 2 quarters of the fight. Probably feel Bud out, feel his power. I don't expect there to be a feel-out process, by the way. If Canelo's saying around 7 to 8, I expect Canelo to be on the front foot. Look, put it this way, guys. It's going to be Crawford who's going to have to get Canelo's respect. So what I actually expect, we've seen this historically, and this would be my game plan if I was Eddie Reynoso. I would have Canelo pressure Bud right off the jump. I would put Bud in a position to have to fight him. I would work through the jab and take one to give one early, and I would show Bud that he's going to have to hurt me. Because Canelo knows that Triple G couldn't do it. You know, B-Vol couldn't do it in terms of hurting him and dropping him. So those guys were much bigger and hit much harder than Bud Crawford. That's what I would do. And then if he's saying 7 to 8, that's him saying that Bud's going to fade. Bud's never fought 12-round world title at 168 before, so he's never carried that sort of, that body with him at this level with the lights on. He's sparred and all that good stuff, but this is different. So they're probably going to expect that pressure, that power, that body work to wear on Crawford. You know, picking a specific round, I would just look more about that's probably related to their game plan. No, man, my girl doesn't want me to grow the ponytail back, but I do, man. I want to grow that ponytail. But she's like, Johnny, it stinks. Your hair, it looks dirty. And I'm like, bitch, that shit looks good. I don't say that. Hopefully you're not watching, Chrissy. Did the Olascuaga versus Camacho fight? No, it didn't start yet. So we got 4 more fights. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stay on because I got boxing here in 2 hours. That fight happened yesterday. No, it didn't. Am I the only one thinking Inoue MJ would go the distance and just box? It could be. I think I might actually have that. No, I played a knockdown prop on Inoue. Thoughts on Roach and Pitbull announcement, Pedro? I like it. Obviously, I wanted to see Roach versus Tank again. It's going to be an interesting stylistic matchup. I think it'll be fan-friendly. I think Roach is going to fight like, you know, the ball is in Lamont Roach's court, meaning that it's up to Lamont Roach to continue with the momentum that he's built for his career with that draw against Tank. I expect Roach to fight... Oh, that's a big right hand. There's 15 seconds left in the 6th. I expect Roach to fight an aggressive fight against Pitbull. I agree a lot. Been saying it for months. TC's pride will be his underdoing. Once he gets clipped and has to show grit, reality will set. I think so too. Pedro, the problem isn't power. It's landing cleanly on Canelo. No one really lands clean on him. Yeah, Canelo's crafty. Goat, this card is late. Okay, everyone's talking about Juan's going to win. Once again, boys. All right, so that fight's over, boys. Alvarado versus Juan Garcia is next. This is a point of contention. 50-50. I think 50% are going to say Alvarado wins. The other 50 are going to say Garcia wins. Guys, you guys got action on this fight. Let's get some action. What are we doing? All right, I'll be transparent with you. I got Alvarado on the money line. So let me know what you guys got. And then I got some Valoria, and then Olascuaga. And then Hackit too. I think Hackit pulls through. So I got Alvarado, Hackit, Valoria, and Olascuaga on the money line on one ticket. And then on a separate ticket, I took Hackit on points. I took Valoria on points. And then I took Olascuaga by decision at 5-1. So I'm just kind of playing the odds with that one. We'll see. Okay, so Donnie on TV. I think Bud falls for the feints and he might not be able to get up. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree. Goat, I don't see Juan winning. I did the tape. It's a good fight. Alvarado within 3. Let's go. DJ Green, if Garcia doesn't get knocked out, I got him within winning. It's a big if, though, DJ. It's a big if. Isn't Garcia the... Haven't we seen Garcia get dropped before recently? Didn't we watch Garcia within this last 6 months and we saw him get dropped a couple times? Is that the same Garcia? Or am I tripping? This is Juan Garcia who fought... I swear we watched Juan Garcia versus... What's the chat saying? Juan Garcia, 7 out of 2 knockouts. Was it against Ortiz? I swear we just saw... Maria knockout round 1. Garcia changed Nunez's decision. Maybe not. I thought... this is a prospect. He's not who I thought he was. Juan's going to win. I don't think so. I just took Juan's money line. Juan's going to win. Come on, DJ Green. Okay, let's go. We got it starting soon. This was a unanimous decision, I assume. Are you guys on... Am I behind or am I ahead? They're about to call the outcome here for the first fight. Right now. 60-54. Yeah, it's a sweep. 60-54 twice. 59-55. Yeah, this is a feeder fight. I said that in my first live stream, that this card tonight seems like they're all 50-50 fights. I'm like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of A sides versus B sides here. Even the main event, A side versus B side. Alvarado money line, Hackit knockout. Let's go. Valoria points. I like that, Miller. What's that paying? DJ Green. Alvarado didn't look too good his last fight. He stood in the pocket too long. That fight is going to be like 2 a.m. Damn. Yeah, I've already been on for almost an hour, and we still got 4 fights. Guys, I'm gonna stay on as long as I can, but I still got to train. I got a client. He lives. This guy's a savage. So my client at 4 p.m. He lives 2 hours from here, but he works for a tech company like right down the road from me, and he takes the train 2 hours home. And twice a week, he comes to my private gym, and we spar. I'm like, what a savage. He's 28. So he's 28 years old. I'm 43. He has good cardio. I'm coaching him, so he pays me to coach him. But where these sessions are on Friday is that we do sparring rounds. So, we're not trying to kill each other. And I always tell him, like, yo, bro, this is what I'm not coaching fighters to become pro athletes, by the way. I'm teaching sort of the general sort of corporate Sydney who want to learn how to box. So in this instance, every guy is the same, by the way. Every guy, if they're not a boxer and they're learning to box, they get to a point, if they're sparring, they want to test where they are. They always want to see how good they are, right? So what I tell this client, what I tell all the guys that I spar with is like, look, I'm going to give you the same energy you give me. And that's all I'm going to say. And so that's all I can say about that. So whatever, if we ever spar and, I'll just give you what you give me. And that's how we kind of go about it. Look at Bomac. How good would it be one day, guys, if we woke up and Bomac lost weight? And I'm not even clowning. Like, Bomac is such a nice dude. He's always jolly and happy. Former fighter, one of the best trainers out. And man, I really want to see him get his health under control, man. I don't want to see him pass away early. I mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like when my dad passed away too early because of lifestyle issues like this. And so when I'm coming from a place of love, like I'm looking at Bomax, like, come on, bro, man, you got money now, you got all the resources at your hands. Like, talk to a psychologist because there's obviously an addiction issue going on. Hire a strength and conditioning coach, and and hire a nutritionist, and lose fucking 150 pounds, man, because this bothers me. I get heated about this. It's like, bro, you're gonna pass away young, man. Like, you can't. How many senior citizens do you know who are obese? You know what I'm saying? How many old heads do you know who are obese? None, because they all pass away early. It bothers me. Anyway, I'm being all real with what I just said, too. I'm not even hating. Yeah, Bomac is gargantuan. What's up? Gold member? It's been a while, gold member. Damn, I'm 28 and drinking most nights between my 9 and 5 years. Been working on getting... Yeah, you're in your 20s, though, C. Miller, man. You're good. I was acting like the fool in the 20s, too. He's big. Not... Yeah, he big. He real big. Too big. He's too big. He's T-O-O big, mate. He's T-O-O big. It bothers me. It's wild, man. It bothers me. It's like, bro, come on, get it together. Lock it up. That's the most frustrating thing is when you know somebody who has the knowledge and then they have the resources and then it's just a discipline issue. It's like, because then it's like, bro, now you start thinking like we're not living up to our full potential as men individually. His quality of life, this guy's one of the best trainers in the world. We're watching him on TV. He's coaches one of the generation's greats. Like, people look up to you, mate. Come on. Like, I'd go therapist first. He needs to talk to a psychologist to get his addiction, to actually understand what addiction is. And then you hire a nutritionist. And I follow a couple of the strength coaches in Bud's camp. There's some good guys. Dude, really good strength coach. The one guy who's been with Bud his entire career, I follow him on Instagram. Great strength coach. So he has the people around him. It frustrates me because I don't want to see Bomac pass away. I don't want to wake up 2 months from now and we get breaking news. Brian Bomac, Bud Crawford's trainer, passes away in his sleep from massive heart attack. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, dude. Bud Crawford loves his woman. Do you have any advice there to keep this? Yes, it's about daily habits, UMG. We have to create daily habits. You have to create systems to be your anchor. An anchor as in a psychological tool to bring you, because we're all savages, dude. We're all animals. I was a freaking animal. I come from a long line of addicts, 100%. My mom, she overcame her addiction. She was an alcoholic. My dad used to slang, alcoholic, addict, overcame his addiction. It ended up killing him, later in life. So it's in me, dude. Like I had to make a conscious decision probably 15 years ago to just it comes down to, it's better to be alone than to surround yourself around people who enable you too. That's a big one. When you're in your 20s, you're like, man, my boys. I got to go out with them. I'm going to miss something. I got to roll the blunts. I got to get some weed. Let's get a bag. Let's get hammered. Let's go get some pussy. Like all this stuff. All that stuff is bullshit. None of that shit matters when you're, diagnosed with, kidney disease, or when you're diagnosed with liver disease, when you're diagnosed with some sort of life-threatening illness because you weren't disciplined. All that shit goes out the window. So daily habits, main thing. Who wins Olascuaga? He doesn't want to change. I'm sure these combos have been just a fat dude. You know what, GOAT? Let's go, GOAT. Let's go. Who's winning? Olascuaga wins. I can picture a fishing reel behind Bomac's back with a cheeseburger hanging. See, that's why I shouldn't be laughing. But if you guys know me personally, I'm a jokester. I don't take life too serious. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's funny. I think it's just part of it. Yeah, it's just part of it. Here we go, boys. Alvarado. He looks ready. Alvarado versus Juan Garcia. If you guys are watching it, kind of keep the chat up to date on how the announcers are doing. You know, sometimes the announcers will glaze one fighter versus the other. I've been hanging out with you guys too long, man. I just said the word glaze. In my generation, we would say hyping someone up. Man, why are you hyping this cat up? Or why are you gassing this fool up? Stop hyping old boy up. Why are you gassing this chick up? She ain't even that fine. So, like, you guys say glaze. Glaze to me sounds a little bit... Glaze just hits too sort of homoerotic to glaze. I think glaze, I'm like, y'all cast is wild. Glaze sounds a little bit too suspect. So I just used it, but... Let's go. High interest is back. Let's go. Yo, that guy, Alvarado looks scared. What did Gold Member say? I could... Okay, high interest in the house. He was tapping in early days. Camacho by decision. Guys, Alvarado versus Garcia. Middle of the ring right now, about to go down. I think they're doing pretty good because they're joking about the rules and applying them to the fighter's performance each round. Okay, thanks, Donnie, for that. The reason why I asked Donnie is because as we get closer to the Olascuaga fight, I can't have the volume up because YouTube will flag me. And I'm trying to live bet. Turkey Stylistic. Olascuaga, quit saying glaze, you're making Bomac hungry. Yeah. Turkey Stylistic out here with the couches. Who won the first match? Bomac's guy. So, give me 1 second. So this is round one of a 6-rounder. 20 seconds in, Garcia versus Alvarez. Or Garcia versus Alvarado. Yeah, this is going to be a slugfest, boys. Jamar Talley won a decision in the first fight. So this fight on the cards... Oh, that body shot hurt him. So Garcia is in the fatigue color shorts. Alvarado's rocking the traditional Mexican flag shorts. Both guys are orthodox fighters, typical Mexican style, man. They're both on their front foot. It's only a 6-rounder. These rounds are going to fly. Alvarado's 8-0. Garcia's 7-0. The interesting thing about this fight, though, is that Alvarado on the money line, Vegas has Alvarado the favorite, but BoxRec has Garcia ranked slightly higher in their algorithm. How many rounds for Camacho, Olascuaga? I got Olascuaga on the money. Look, Olascuaga could crack, and Camacho's aggressive, so I wouldn't be shocked if it ends early. I made a sneaky decision bet, so I took Olascuaga on points, plus 400. It's why when you look at the odds, all the money of the decision is coming in on Olascuaga to win by stoppage. I think that's 2-1. So I'm just... Ooh, nice backhand. That's nice. I got to tell you what, guys. Alvarado's backhand looks real nice. But Garcia's tough. Alvarado just landed a clean one, too. I like that high guard, too. Yeah, ooh. Okay, so what Alvarado is doing with, I think... One of the boys brought up, I'm seeing it already. Alvarado does have a tendency to look at his work. He throws that right hand, he just stays there, and he got caught. Garcia, I got to tell you, Garcia's getting hit a lot now. But we'll see if he's going to have the ability to pick up on Alvarado's tells, because he has a couple really, really sort of clear tells. Right there, move your head now. Yeah. Oh, big right hand. These kids are slugging, boys. 20 seconds, a big right hand. These boys are throwing. And whatever one of the boys in the Discord said they did tape on Alvarado, you were... Oh, big left hook. God damn. You guys were spot on. Alvarado just leaves his head right there, boy. Oh, the boys are... Big left hook, Alvarado. This is a slugfest. God damn. This wouldn't last 10 rounds. I see why. This 6-rounder. Alvarado looks like he's in a higher weight class. Yeah, but he does leave. He leaves his head when he lands that backhand. He's here. You know, anyone who just, learns how to box is here. your coach should say, follow your punches. It's kind of like a three-point shooter. The same analogy would be like a three-point shooter. You follow your shot. You don't just shoot it and just stare at it. When you're punching, as an orthodox fighter, if you're throwing that backhand, to get in the habit of not watching your work, throw it and move. You throw right, move right. Throw left, move left. So follow your punches is what I tell my clients and what my coach always told me. But when you're a big puncher and you're an undefeated young prospect who's used to just walking through guys, you kind of can pick up bad habits. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Think about neither one of these guys are one-punch knockout artists like Deontay Wilder is and was, but it's just a great example to use how, like, if you disregard Wilder picking up the sport late, which he did, you mix in that with his ability to just turn the lights out with one punch. That's why you see so many technical flaws in him, because he never had to work on anything. And so my point is, sometimes when you have certain skills in fighting, you kind of could overlook technique. And sometimes that comes back. Sometimes that usually will always come back to bite you. Valoria didn't happen yet. Robert just told him to move after his punch. There you go, Donnie. How good is Robert, right? RGBA is one of my favorite camps. You plan to stream Canelo? Yeah, History Vault. I'm in the house. These boys fighting. Guys, we're round 2 of a 6-round fight. Alvarado versus Garcia. That first round woke me up, boys. That first round was a firefight. We got 2 minutes left. I'm going to lock in here for if you guys are locked in on the fight. Round 2, 1:45 left. Alvarado's the favorite. Half the chat went with Garcia. I got Alvarado. I think Alvarado edged the first round. But I tell you what, man, Garcia's landing clean, especially the end of the first round. Alvarado doesn't move his head, man. I'm not 100% confident with my pick. God damn, he's getting tagged. 90 seconds left in the first. The thing about Garcia though, with how he's punching, he's arm punching though. So Garcia's landing big shots, but he's not doing, he's not, moving his body, moving his hips, turning on anything. So they're not as big as they should be. And that's something that as you mature as a fighter, you get more confidence in sitting down on your shots. Now, Alvarado's switching. He's doing this little going from orthodox to southpaw. I don't love it. I don't love the switch because, he's not, when he goes to southpaw, he's not using it for anything. Think about when you see Boots Ennis switch from ortho to southie. He'll engage in a firefight. His defense is good on both sides. He uses his jab on both sides. That's a low blow. That was a blatant low blow. And then think about, like, if you remove the Floyd Schofield versus Tevin Farmer knockout, watch Floyd Schofield's tape. Floyd switches a lot without throwing anything, which I think is a wasted movement. I don't like when fighters do that. If you're going to switch, at least make the switch stance count. At least show your opponent something. Don't just switch and switch back. That, to me, is a wasted movement. 10 seconds left in the second. The one thing so far is Garcia needs to kind of control the center more and stop allowing Alvarado control where the fight takes place. And he's starting to wear it as well. Garcia's starting to wear it a little bit. He has swelling under both eyes. Johnny, what's up? I put 500 on him. Billy, you put so much pressure on me, Ranvar Litter. So much pressure on me. Let me read. Ali Act. What did I miss a bunch here? High interest. These boys are fighting. Yo, Sean Zitto absolutely G-checked Dana White in the press con. I watched that. Called Dana. I mean, you could call him G-checking Dana. I thought that was a stupid move from Sean. I thought that was a dumb move. I understand why Zitto did it. I thought that was a dumb move. I thought it was a moronic move. All you have to know is look at Dana's history. You don't try to embarrass Dana White on an international scale for the sake of going viral. Now, Zito's question was amazing. He was talking about the Ali Act. He was talking about sort of fighters' rights, fighters' pay, that sort of thing. But what he was doing was insinuating, the sort of fighter pay controversy in MMA and UFC and challenging Dana on the spot on why he's getting into boxing. And just look historically what Dana does. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of Dana in boxing or in MMA is he monopolizes the media. And, I've been covering MMA since 2013. I've been watching MMA since the very first days in '93, and you know, he blacklisted Ariel Helwani for doing the same exact thing. You know, granted, Helwani's had a pretty decent career, you know, being an independent journalist, but at one time, Helwani should 100% be still affiliated with the UFC, but he's not even allowed to go to the fights. So when you watch the UFC fights, when you watch the UFC press conferences, and you see the guys asking questions, those guys are handpicked by Dana White. They might look like, you know, independent journalists, but you have to get Dana's approval to even show up as press and media and get coverage. And what Zeidel just did there is just he just blacklisted himself with anything ever associated with Dana and boxing. I thought that was a dumb decision. That was a stupid move on Sean Zeidel's part. He could have gone about that away in a different way. You don't do that. It's not professional. And I got respect for Sean. I mean, this is a kid who was affiliated early days of Fight Hype. You know, you see him all the time on Porter's podcast. He knows his shit. For him to do that, though, man, I thought that was a very childish, uneducated, unprofessional way of going about it. Guys, we got 90 seconds left in the third. Nothing's changed too much. Garcia has, you know, the swelling on his face is kind of amplifying. Alvarado is still doing what he wants to do with his footwork where the fight's taking place. Garcia's still arm punching. I think that's just his style, though. And there you go. We just saw Alvarado switch and then use the switch stance to work the body. So I do like that. Alvarado has some nice slickness to him, man. Maybe slickness is the wrong word. Alvarado has some nice sort of depth to his offense. I'm seeing, you know, I like the punch selection. That's a big. He has nice variety. I could, you know, he has a little bit of class to him, man. I got to be honest with you. I don't hate it. There's just some things with Alvarado that I want to see make some adjustments with his defense. That's gorgeous. His hands are starting to open up. Garcia's starting to drown, boys. Garcia's starting to drown. Yeah, Garcia's. It looks like he's fading, boys. I took Alvarado on the money line. That body works beautiful. 20 seconds left. Yeah, Alvarado looks nice, boys. Yeah, there is a lot of... All right, so I'm hearing Sergio say exactly what I said. There we go. It's a good fight. Yeah, our boy's looking good, though. Alvarado's looking real good. Okay, Zeidel might pass. Yeah, okay, so I'm just catching up to you, boys. Zeidel might have got a pass and played himself. I think he did, man. Zeidel is blackball now for sure. I agree. Extreme. Yeah, he shouldn't have did that. Alvarado's, yeah, he's turning up. Alvarado's looking good, boys. The boxing scene was rejected from media for the event. Yeah, Algieri and Malignaggi. Why do you think so? Why do you think Malignaggi wasn't allowed in, dude? Come on. You think I've mentioned the whole Saudi Arabian sports watching thing a few times on my channel. Paulie Malignaggi have done whole videos on the Saudis. That fool's been blacklisted by Turkey. Throw the talent. Zeidel definitely made a rookie move, a veteran. Yeah, boxing fan. You know, especially when you have... It's not like Sean needed the credibility, right? But we know who Sean is. It's not like he had to do that to... Yeah. I understand why he did it, but it's like, bro, you could see past the action, and he was trying to get that viral moment. Did you ask Tommy? Yeah. I talked to Tommy yesterday. He's talking about Razor Tommy Randone. I'll share that with you guys. So, guys, tomorrow on my live stream, I'm bringing TJ from Chilltown on, and I'll play Tommy's message, okay? He already said I could share it. So Tommy left me a voicemail. I'll play it for you boys tomorrow. Throw the talent, please. His face. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're in the fourth round. I think the end is near. You know, one thing I do have to, another thing I like about Alvarado, that he's doing better in the fourth than he was in the first. Look at that. Did you just see how he cut the distance there? That was some beautiful work there. So you know that he has Garcia on the ropes, literally and tactically. Whenever you have your opponent up against the ropes and you could cut distance without throwing the jab, but just here and leaning in, you know your opponent's fighting defensively. You are fighting so negatively if you ever allow your opponent to come in here and you bite on it and then he leans in. He cuts the distance here. You don't throw anything back and he didn't even set it up with a jab. That just tells me straight off the bat he's just trying to survive. He's getting hit a lot. A minute left in the fourth. And Alvarado must have really good punching power for Garcia's face to look like this. He's 18 years old. Wow. That's awesome. Guys, we're about to see a 19-year-old next, Justin Valoria. If you guys haven't seen Justin Valoria fight, you guys are in for a treat. The kid fighting next is one of my favorite prospects. Oh! Garcia's fighting back, though, boys. Got another slugfest. That was probably Garcia's best moment since the first round. 30 seconds left in the fourth. It's just too far, few, and in between. Garcia needs to, get off your back foot, use the jab, use your footwork. He's turned into a flat-footed fighter fighting defensively now. You're not going to win a fight like this, and you don't want ever a young fighter like Alvarado coming downhill on you. Once that starts happening, ooh, they're trading. Alvarado's trying to land that big right hand, but he's getting tagged here. Nothing really landed too much. That's it. I think it's a whitewash. I think it's 4-0. I think it's 4-0 Alvarado. Now we're going to really see these last two rounds. These last two rounds, we're going to... Sergey Bohacek's interviewing Hamza Shiraz. Guys, Bohacek's interview. I'm not a comic. He does look like Sergey though. I became a Hamza fan after he took all my money. Talk about being wrong as hell on that one. That was a bad one for me, boys. That's what happened when I bet with my emotions and not with my wallet. My complete and utter disappointment for Turki Al-Sheikh led me to betting on Berlanga. I like Hamza's little fade up too, boy. That little skin fade from the hairline to the beard, boy. Looking good. Hamza always looks clean. I'm a Shiraz fan now after he put belt to ass against my boy Eddie. My boy Ed got beat up. Round 5. I still hold against Shiraz that he didn't fight Alam Hanalei. I really wanted to see Shiraz fight Alam Hanalei. I think Alam Hanalei would have beat him. He talked all that trash about fighting him, and then he moved, and then he left. Then he went up to 68. I think Alam Hanalei would have been a much tougher fight than Berlanga was. But I could say that now. It's always hindsight 2020. Round 5 of 6. I got Alvarado winning every round. I got to be honest with you. We got Hackit and Vines next. So they must have bumped Valoria up to the co-main. How you guys scoring it? How's your bets looking? Guys, if you want to join the Discord with the live betting, click the link that's pinned in the bio here. Become a Johnny Says Boxing Insider. It's a couple bucks a month. You get more access on the channel. You get more access on my socials, accessibility, and you get to join the Discord where all the boys are. 90 seconds left in the 5th. Come to Australia. Yeah, you guys were right. I told about Hamza's brother. Yeah, you did. I was wrong. I definitely missed that one, guys. I admit when I'm wrong. I definitely underestimated Shiraz. You know what? I overestimated Ed. And I allowed, like I said, my saltiness towards Turki Al-Sheikh lead me to bet on Berlanga. But the more boxing you watch, guys, okay. Garcia's trying to fight his way out of the corner, lands a couple big shots. Alvarado, his output has slowed down in this 5th round. There's a minute left in the 5th. Garcia is definitely the one who looks like he's been in a fight. And Alvarado now is definitely kind of just toned down the volume, and he's kind of looking just to land a big counter, which I don't know if that's something his quarter told him to look for, because he went from, you know, on the front foot, throwing a lot of punches. This round at least, you know, still has the high guard. He just switched to southpaw. He keeps getting hit with that backhand, man. That's gonna, if he doesn't make an adjustment throughout his career, somebody's gonna make him pay for that. You just can't take flush overhand rights to the dome. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you got to be able to answer that. Either slip that, exit in, front, punch with him. You just don't stand there, get hit, and then counter. But he's a teenager. He's going to learn a lot from this tape. That's why watching tape is so important. All right, 5 in the books. I think you could have given that round to Garcia, to be honest. I got to be honest with you. How'd you guys score round 5? Alvarado taking it easy on bro. He respects his power. Is it just me, or did they have an old school filter on this video feed? It looks like that, don't they? Yeah, so to answer your question prior, Alvarado is a Robert Garcia fighter. They're just happening to be fighting a kid with the last name Garcia. Robert just told him, don't switch to lefty. Donnie. So at least you guys know at least you guys know I'm not full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Say, come, when you got Robert Garcia saying what I'm seeing 3 rounds early, I said that in the first round. Robert said that in the 6th round. But yeah, I've been around boxing my whole life, man. There's just certain things. There's just certain things that you don't want to see in a young fighter from an energy perspective, in terms of, like, you know, you have a fight you train for, whether it's 6 rounds, an 8-rounder, and you have an economy of energy. You know, think about it as like a bucket filled with water. And that bucket of water is your energy expenditure throughout the entire fight. Everything matters, especially in a dog fight, especially in a close fight. Every little movement matters. You don't want to waste anything. You know, everything from your technique on your punches. You don't want any fat on your punches. You definitely don't want to be switching stances when you don't have to. So that's something I look for when I'm watching fights, what the economy of energy looks like. So when I'm doing film study on guys and I have to give you guys my opinion on who I think is going to win, it's one of those factors I look for. Like, who wastes more? Who's more efficient? You know, efficiency sometimes in a close fight, it comes down to who's more efficient. What's Tank's weakness? He doesn't punch enough. Tank's weakness, he's not active enough. Tank's weakness, I mean, sometimes our weaknesses aren't within the fight. Tank's weakness, he's never fought a current world champion in his division. You know, something nobody talks about. 130, he's never fought a current world champion at 135, man. I want to see that, you know. I like Tank. He's super exciting. I got to be honest, 90 seconds left in the 6th. This is where you see Alvarado's youth. He's making it a lot harder on himself. After the 4th round, when I said he was up every round, I don't know if I've finished my point. I was going to say we're really going to get to see his maturity or lack thereof, how he boxes these last 2 rounds. And what I would have told him after the 4th is like, all right, mate, you're up 4. These next 2 don't get touched. You know, these next 2 rounds, don't let him touch you. You know, score points and move, score and move, score and move, exit. Don't stand there and get hit. Why risk taking unnecessary shots? You're going to have a long career. You're a teenager. You're going to be a world champion. These next 2 rounds, make it easy on yourself. Move around the ring. Use the whole ring. Let me see you box a little bit. Let me see you score points and make him come to you. That's what I mean. This is where it's a 6-rounder. He's a teenager. But you know, he's young. He'll learn from this. I'm being a little bit critical too, though, because I'm a coach. 40 seconds left in the 6th. I actually gave Garcia the 5th round. I mean, you never know. Let's say hypothetically with 30 seconds left, Garcia drops him, gets a 10-8. Like, this is how close boxing is. You know what I'm saying? You should never underestimate a guy. Even in a fight, you should never take the fight for granted. You should never think you have it in the bag. But there's a lot I like about Alvarado, man. This is a fun little prospect. Think about Garcia, some of the prospects he has. Chop Gonzalez is there. You know, we saw Chop beat my boy Dana Colwell. I want to see more of Chop, actually. That's it. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. We're up. We're up, boys. We up. We up. Yeah, we got Alvarado at $1.34. B plus. B plus. What grade? B plus. Did anyone give? That's what I said. I said B plus. I don't know what they said. Okay, I'm gonna get some of these questions, boys. Boxing fan, do you think two Crawfords on betting line? Do you think Crawford's betting lines was a coincidence or set up possibly bet on wrong? Boxing fan, what's up? Do you think two Crawfords on betting lines was a coincidence or a setup to? Ah, yeah, I saw there was another Crawford. Interesting. I think that's a coincidence. Boxing fan, if I didn't think, could you imagine? Why is there a narrative spinning right now online that was thrown to confuse people? Tank's weaknesses, he doesn't challenge himself. Yeah, I agree. Tank's lazy, doesn't want them. Yeah, here we go. We're getting in the thicket of it now. They have an old school filter on. High interest. I think Tank doubted himself, bro. After Roach, I can't really see Tank. Yeah, I've never been. I watch when Tank fights, but he's not like a guy. I'm not a fan of his. I got Camacho winning. That's insane. You think Camacho is beating? I don't, man. You think Camacho beats Olascuaga? I don't know, man. Chop fights next month. He's a good little prospect. Johnny, what's your prediction for the rest of the fights now? All right, so here's the rest, guys. I got, on the money line, I got Hackit, Valoria, and Olascuaga. If you want a method of victory, I got Hackit on points at 187. I got Valoria by decision at 2-1. And then I got Olascuaga on points at 4-1. We'll see. I know you guys will judge me on it. Okay, we got Olascuaga, easy money, I agree. Adu, what did Tally look like? He won a decision, Adu. You know, he didn't... Young pro, right? He fought in the amateurs at heavyweight. A lot of sort of expectations. What happened was in that fight, he fought a pro. He fought a guy who had more experience. And Tally, he needs to work on his entrances. He was showcasing, he told the whole world what he wanted to do every time he would engage. He wanted to land his backhand. So he wasn't setting his backhand up. He wasn't hiding it behind feints. He wasn't leading the jab. He'd poke it out there and then throw the backhand. And then the first round, it landed a couple times. And then his opponent picked up on it and then just used lateral movement to kind of like make Tally cut the ring off, make him come to him, wouldn't really punch with him. Just survive like a veteran would do. Didn't get knocked out. Didn't look that great, but he's going to definitely learn from it. It really, at that level, man, it really comes down to, at the pro level, you can't just expect your opponent to stand there and let you hit him. So that's why foot feints, head feints, parrying, setups, cutting rings off, all the tech, they call it the sweet science for a reason. It's not called punching. It's not called knockout. The thing at the highest level that matters so much are all the things that, you know, the average person doesn't quite understand about the sport. So Tally needs to kind of, and I know he has it in him. He's pretty sure he's an Olympian. Vines knockout incoming. What did I miss? Elijah Vines to knock him out. Let's go. I didn't see that one coming. Fats Crow. Good luck with that one. What's Keyshawn's weakness? How to beat Keyshawn? Well, Keyshawn 135 is looking really good, man. You know what Keyshawn's weakness is? The scale. The scale is his weakness right now. Hackit by decision of Olascuaga and Valoria. I could see that happening. No, I noticed a pattern of two same last names on the same fight cards lately. Okay, so the pattern of the two same last names on the same fight card then led you to doing what? What's the final point on that other than the coincidental seeing the, you know? Is that what the scorecards were? Majority decision. What? One of the judges gave it. What? Camacho got a hard chin, so it's decision. I can't believe one judge had it as a draw. Oh shit! Is that what we're into the rest of the night, boys? Alvarado won the decision, said. So we got Elijah Vines. Elijah Vines versus Jaleel Hackit. Who you guys like here? Guys, Jaleel Hackett's a good fighter, boy. This is a good little prospect, man. I first heard of Jaleel. Elijah Vines is on his grown man, isn't he? Elijah Vines is on his grown man, isn't he? Because Jaleel's only 22. I first heard of Jaleel 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, Jaleel would have been 19. I had interviewed Joseph Brown. So Joseph the Prodigy Brown fights out of British Columbia, but he trains with Diego Pacheco and the boys up at, I think, Tacoma, Washington. Or it's either Tacoma, Spokane, or Seattle, one of the Washingtons. And I think Joseph at the time was 15. And after the interview, his pops was like, hey, man, you should check out the Luther brothers. So there's two brothers in the amateurs with the last name Luther. And then Jaleel Hackett. He was like, this kid's the real deal. Why does Elijah looks like he just spent 5 years in the Pookie, and Jaleel looks like a little kid. Jaleel's coming off his first career loss too. He's still young. This is a kid who had a lot of hype behind him. He's coming off of his first career loss. He had a nice little amateur career. "5'11". Man, I think that is the perfect size for welterweights in terms of like being able to be like a good puncher, like a 5'11" welterweight. That's a good size. That'd be like, so I'm 5. That'd be like if I had to cut down to 47. That's insane. So we'll see. Cutting down, I talked about this on a stream before. I'm 5'11". I walk around at 185. And I'm 43 and I'm probably 9% body fat, natty, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm a lifelong athlete. To think that I would ever make 60 is insane. So, like, you know, 160 pounds, middleweight, it would be impossible, especially on my grown man college years. I wouldn't be able to. I would have had to fight maybe at 68. Seeing these boys starve themselves to make 47 is insane. Oh, so they're weighing 57. Okay. So he came in heavy. His box rec says welterweight at 47. So it's saying that Vines came in at 54 and Jaleel came in at 57. That makes a little more sense. Interesting. Why? I think this fight, though, was signed at 47, wasn't it? This is going to be a fun fight, guys. I didn't sprinkle anything on the dog. I got Jaleel here, but I think the dog could be barking. They trained at Tacoma. David Benavidez sparred someone from Vancouver to get him ready for a fight. I know that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, man. What's your pick on Vargas? Oh, Walsh. Walsh beats Vargas easily. I got Mabili over Lester. Lester is underrated, but I think Mabili's a level above. Win is Olascuaga. Olascuaga fights in 2 fights. Parlay's still cooking. Let's go. All right, boys. Here we go. Round 1. Oh, so the contract was supposed to be at 54. Hackett misses weight. Hackett comes in. Hackett looks way big. Hackett looks like he probably weighs 170 pounds here. He just got clipped. You know, it's always a dangerous proposition when you have a 22-year-old fighting a 30-year-old. Just in terms of, like, being on someone's grown man. You know, that's, you know, being on your grown man strength. You know, your durable. Oh, Hackett's getting caught clean here. Yeah, but something that I like about Hackett to keep an eye on is how Hackett works the body. He keeps the chin here, and then he doesn't just throw his body punch from here. He drops the whole way down. I love that. You see some fighters, you know, think about how Canelo goes to the body. Watch Jaleel's body work. He drops the whole level, bends his knees, and rips there. Some guys will, you know, hit the body from a high guard here. Jaleel goes down. I love that sort of body work. Kind of an old school way of doing it. You know, bending the knees, dropping the level. And he brings his head with him too. It really allows you to throw a lot into it. He's a good body. Look at that body work. It's a fun fight. I'm such a sucker for body punchers, man. I love body punchers. It's one of my favorite things about Robert Garcia's camp. Because oh, big right hand. Vines wore it well, but that hurt Vines. That body work is nice. So you can tell how Jaleel Hackit trains. So usually good body punchers, when they work the bag a bit differently as well. You know, you have guys who are going to want to score points and kind of, you know, beat you on the outside. They work the bag a certain way. Jaleel Hackit's the type of guy who works the bag. He puts his head on the bag here. So he's making, and he's punching you. And he's trying to mimic how he fights in the pocket. He leads with his head. You know, you could get a lot of headbutts happen this way, though. Damn, that's a big left hook. Vines just ate, but Vines lands a big uppercut. These boys are swinging. These have been fun fights. 45 seconds left in the first. Vines has been caught a couple times, but I like how he's handling everything. Like how, you know, his body language, he looks comfortable in there, not breathing hard, taking some big shots. I like Hackit to calm down a bit. Hackit has that young energy that we talk about, just kind of twitchy a bit. You know, I want Hackit to use the jab a bit more to get on the inside. You know exactly what Hackit wants to do, though. He wants to be on the inside and rip the body. The problem with that style is, you know, you don't want to get too predictable. Because if you get too predictable with those body shots, you're leaving your head here. But, you know, for Jaleel's saving grace, like I said, he brings his body down when he throws them. He's not kind of throwing them from here. Bro, didn't Hackit lose a fight? Yeah, he lost the decision, his last fight. Timestamps, yeah, I'll tell you. So, guys, this is going into the second round. Jaleel Hackit versus Elijah Vines. I forgot Hackit fought Pete Dobson. So Alvarado, guys, on the card. Here are the fighters who won. Alvarado beat Garcia by decision. Jamar Talley beat Holloway by decision. This is Jaleel Hackit versus Elijah Vines. This is round 2 of an 8-rounder. Ooh, both guys are getting caught clean. This is a nice test for Hackit, man. Kudos to his camp. You know, his team must believe in him a lot because coming off a loss, you know, Hackett's coming off his first career loss. He's only 22. To then fight a 30-year-old, I mean, granted, Vines is only 8-0, I think. Yeah, he's 8-0. But it's not the easiest fight, man. You know, Hackit could have they could have definitely taken an easier fight than this. I don't know who his camp is. I'm pretty sure he's from the DC area. A minute gone in the second. Camacho versus Olascuaga fights in 2 fights. So this is Hackit Vines. Then we got Valoria. And then we got Olascuaga. Guys, there's a minute. Oh, he's out. Hackit. Oh, that was gorgeous. He's done. He's not getting up from that. He is getting up from it. Ooh, that was a big shot. That was a big shot. Jaleel Hackit sees blood. He's going to get him out of there. He's out. He probably could stop the fight. Ref. Oh, he's punching back, though. Oh, stop the fight. Oh, he falls again on the ropes. They're swinging, boys. Vines is fighting back, though. It looked like he was out for a second. It looked like Hackit woke him back up. Hackit can't punch himself out. He grabs. There's a minute left in the second. Wow. It looks like Vines looks like he's out on his feet. You probably could stop the fight, but the thing is Vines keeps punching back. It looked like after the first knockdown that Hackit had him out again on his feet, and then he punched him back to consciousness. Oh, Vines catches him with a big shot. Vines is tough, man, but he's taking a lot of shots, guys. 30 seconds left in the second. Another fun fight, guys. Vines is tough. He just keeps getting hit clean. God damn. Oh, both guys are throwing. Oh, Vines catches Hackit and wobbles his legs. Big uppercut by Vines. Hackit lands a big shot. 10 seconds left in the second. Oh, Vines is taking a beating this round. Look, Vines landed some shots, but he took way more than he gave. God damn. How'd you guys score that one? Jesus. What do you guys think of Jaleel Hackit? My method of victory bet looks cooked. I took Jaleel on the money line, but I also took him on points. They could have stopped that. Hackett's gonna have to he's gonna have to manage his gas though. That was a huge left hook. God damn. They're playing the replay right now. Yeah, Hackett's real fun. Hackett's fan friendly, guys. He's one of those guys that, you just want to see him preserve himself a bit more, but he don't give a shit. Look, puts his head right there, too. His head's just there. Jaleel's not. What do you mean he's not going far? That's rude. What are you talking about? He's already on international TV, mate. He's 22 years old. I think he's gone. I think he's already going far. Oh, the ref's trying to see that. Vines looks out on his feet to me. Round 3, guys. Hackett's going for the stoppage. Oh, dude, Vines is woken up. This is round 3 of 8. Oh my! All Hackit does is throw power shots. Oh, drops him again. Dude, Jaleel Hackett's a monster, dude. Is he a Philly fighter? Okay, not DC then. Dude, Jaleel Hackett's a goddamn savage, dude. All power shots. This dude sits on everything. It's over. Jaleel Hackit by 3rd round. Look at that, dude. That kid, whoever said he's not going far, you're insane, dude. Jaleel Hackit, he's a young kid. Yeah, he's going to... At 22 years old, man, that is a fun kid to watch, dude. This is what you want to see. This dude is a fighter. Dude, those body shots he throws, all power shots. I mean, who's promoting him? Somebody signed. Is he Top Rank? No. Why did I thought did he sign with Top Rank before? Boxing fan, no distance, hitting these little props out here. All right, I gotta put something in the tank real quick. Jaleel Hackit stopped Vines in the 3rd. All right, give me a second. I gotta put a little bit of sprinkle. Yeah, Jaleel Hackit, guys, put an asterisk next to Jaleel Hackett's name. Every time Jaleel fights, we're tuning in. I mean, he could use a little bit of polishing because everything he throws is fucking power punches. I want to see the stats. Everything was power. Hackett's only lost. Yeah, he lost in his last decision. That's what I was talking about, guys. He's coming off of his first career loss. Dude, Vines was a guy who was 8-0, 30 years old, a lot of knockouts. He could have taken an easier fight. That was a fun fight, man. Jaleel Hackit, he got that young energy. I remember when Floyd was Pretty Boy Floyd and he got featured. Oh, my bad. I remember when Errol Spence Jr. turned pro. And it was in his first pro debut. And he won by 1st round knockout. And the guys on ESPN said, look at Errol Spence Jr. He ticks all the boxes. He has $1 million. I think he said he has $1 million smile. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you see a little bit of that in Jaleel Hackett. That sort of energy. He's a good fighter, man. I'm happy he got back on the winning track, especially the way he did it. It's that style, man. If you like boxing, if that's a throwback style, man. That style. I just feel like we watched the guy from like the '60s. You know, back in the day when you'd have guys with like records like 47-22. You know what I mean? Like 35 knockouts. They've been stopped 10 times. I think I'm frozen. Are we frozen? Are we good? Let me know if I'm frozen. Guys, we got 2 fights left. Am I good or is it frozen? Let me know. Does Valoria get a knockout? Yeah, we're frozen. Oh, it's good? Okay. Okay. Sergey Bocek's in the crowd, in the ring, interviewing people. It's trying to connect. We got 2 fights left, guys. All right, here we go. Is anyone taking Valoria by knockout? Let me know. Oh, see, look at this young kid, man. He's crying. Oh. How do you not love boxing? That's awesome, man. If you guys are watching the post-fight interview, you got Jaleel Hackett in there crying. He's only 22. They were telling him after his last fight he was going to be working at Walmart. This kid had an amateur career. You got to love boxing, man. Look how much it means to him. You mix. This is where boxing could do better. Boxing could do better at letting the fans get to know who these kids are. Dude, that fight style, mate. Just watch Jaleel Hackett's highlights. All of his fights are like that. The thing is, you know, you got to kind of worry about his gas tank. No distance, 120. All right. Oh, so he 154. Okay. Wow, Jaleel Hackett calling out Xander Zayas. Hey, man, you got to respect the guy. They came up together, though. Xander and him are the same age. It just kind of makes you realize, you know, Xander, you know, doing a lot of good stuff. You took Valoria by knockout. I have him on the money line, but I put something on. I sprinkled on the knockout. I can't lie. Yeah, why you badmouthing Walmart? He was really confident in his interview that he would knock him out. That's why I chose him. Xander eats him. You took Valoria by knockout. Yeah, he does need more defense. He needs more defense, but I mean, it's tough to change. It's tough to change a fighter's who they are. Jaleel Hackett's one of these guys, one of these fighters. You watch his style. It's kind of who he is, and it works for you until it doesn't. You know. Do you remember Errol Spence coming up? We got amnesia as boxing fans, dude. Watch Errol's first 15 fights. probably first, you know, I'm talking the fights, his road up to his first world title. Errol was a goddamn spark plug. He was a firecracker. People would say the same thing about Errol Spence, was my point. I mean, he was way more technical and, you know, but he was aggressive. Fans love that. That's what you call a fan-friendly style, guys. That aggressive-ass style. I'm picking Lester for the upset. Mobility's aggressiveness will be his downfall. Good luck with that one, Cash. I have Justin by knockout. Me too, Tommy. I got Valoria working too. I got Valoria money line and then Valoria by knockout. We got a boxing fan. You still got are you going just single props or you still got a parlay working with the method of victory? Because I know boxing fan just hit Hackit by stoppage there, which is a nice little bet. Guys, there's 2 fights left. The co-main. Hopefully I get to stay on because I gotta stretch out and I gotta box in an hour. I don't like boxing unless I give myself at least 30 minutes to kind of warm up. So like we'll see if I'm gonna be able to stay on. I saw they had a similar opponent in lesser. Well, Cash, you're talking about Gongora. So they do have a similar opponent. They both fought Gongora. They both fought him to a decision. You're right. Mabili got, he got hurt in the second, got hurt in the 8th. The same reason you're picking Lester is why I'm picking Mabili. If you want to get a good call on Lester, go watch Lester versus Raiko Santana. Raiko Santana, in my opinion, beat Lester Martinez. They gifted Lester a decision against Raiko. Raiko's the dude who's fighting Steven Nelson on the same card. I think I learned more through Mabili against Gongora. All I need to know, he's durable. That dude knows how to fight out of trouble. Not every fighter could be the nail. With a guy like Mabili, his aggressive front forward style, his pace, his volume, I think with his resume, his pedigree, who he's fought, his rounds, I give all that to Mabili. I think that Lester is stepping up. I think it's Lester who's stepping up, and I think that pressure, that durability, and that constant volume is going to be too much. I think Mabili drowns Lester, and that's where I'm going with my money. I also think I also like Raiko Santana at plus 300 to beat Steven Nelson. I don't want to call Lester overrated. I just think he's not. I think Lester's beatable. I'll just leave it at that. I have method of victory in a parlay with Hackit. If you've never seen Justin Valoria fight, you're in for a treat. He's a fun fighter. I think he's only 19 too. So we're seeing another teenager. Kudos to this card. These are nice. These are good little matchups. I like this pace, getting these right away, Donnie. I agree. Cash, if Mabili wins, it's a decision. Lester, big, young, and tough. Big, young, and tough. I mean, isn't Lester 28? I mean, they're not that different, man. Yeah, Lester's 29 years old. Mabili's 30. So they're about the same age. I mean, Mabili, you said young and tough. Mabili's the one who's 29-0 with 24 knockouts. Mabili's the WBC interim champion at, 68. I just don't think Lester, I don't really like, there's nothing really about Lester Martinez that jumps off the page for me. He's a bit flat-footed. He's a bit slow. I don't like his pace. This is going to be a fun fight, boys. Anthony by knockout. Follow Mike. Johnny, you know what's crazy? I fell asleep right after you finished your last live. I woke up and YouTube already had... That's crazy, Mike. Mike in the house. Guys, follow Mike TV. There's 2 fights left. This is Justin Valoria. Mabili's experience gives him the edge. I agree. Ranvar Lester is in for a surprise. Mabili's coming out to prove a point. He pissed for not getting the Canelo fight. He's going to drown Lester. I think he's going to drown Lester too. Let's go, Valoria. I think was Valoria's uncle the Flying Hawaiian? Because Valoria's uncle was a Here we go, boys. Look at this. look like already from Valoria's style. Guys, remind yourself that Valoria is a teenager. Look at his style. Look at the professionalism in his style. Look at the class in his style for a teenager. Oh, we got caught there. Big shot. Both boys are swinging. This is an 8-rounder, guys. I love Valoria money line, no distance. Boxing fan, getting them sneakies. Guys, if you're tuning in, there's a minute gone in the... Oh! Valoria! Are they calling it a knockdown? Valoria hits the canvas. What are they calling it? Calling it a knockdown! It looked like a push. It looked like a push. So Valoria drops to the canvas. Valoria goes down. First time in his career? I think that that's going to just make him more upset. It, to me, looked like the feet got tangled and he got pushed. The ref counted it as a knockdown. I think a lot of the money anyway has Valoria. Oh, beautiful body work. Valoria is so aggressive. Oh, a headbutt. 90 seconds left in the first. This pace is insane. But this is what you get from Valoria. You get aggressive young fighter who good body puncher, southpaw, wants to go up top, is definitely there to get hit. He's already got dropped one time. It was more of a push. He did get caught. These kids are trading. Ortiz, I like that. He exits, can't stay on the ropes. Nice backhand lands. A minute left in the first. Very entertaining first round. Nice body work. The way Valoria digs the body is nice. He, from the southpaw stance, he kind of steps in with his lead hand, feints to the body. He shows his opponent his lead hand and then digs. The problem with that, though, especially when you're a Southie fighting an orthodox fighter, is he leaves his head right there. So he's getting tagged a lot with Ortiz's right hand. It's a tough style. It's a brutal style. Fun style. Nice body work. Nice slip. He does a lot of things really well, though. This is a really classy teenager here. That body rip is gorgeous. 20 seconds left in the first. Like I said, Valoria got dropped in this round. I thought it was more of a foot tanglement. What did Jada Pinkett call it? An entanglement? When when Jada was letting Will Smith, their son's friend, hit it, it was an entanglement. Bitch, you fucking him. Round one. An entanglement. Y'all wild. You know, come on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? All right, round one in the books. Johnny, do you know why some fighters shake themselves 3 times under the first rope when entering the ring? Superstition. Superstition. You know, you get called up. Some guys, I mean, watch Prince Nassim Ahmed. Prince Nassim Ahmed would jump over the ring. He would somersault over the ring, over the ropes. Oh, that's a push. Calling that a knockdown is insane. Nothing even landed. That was insane. They said it wasn't a knockdown ruled. Didn't we see the ref count, though? So they waved it off? Good call. I don't have the volume on. Round two, guys. You got to love that pressure Valoria puts on you. Guys, notice how he steps in with his backhand to the body. Notice what Valoria does, how he set. You see that? What he's doing, setting up the body right there. And he's investing in the body because he's eventually going to turn that over. So right now, he's the first round and a half with his backhand, he's landing here. Boom, boom, body rip. He's setting him up. It's gonna be a backhand overhand knockout. It's a nice little classic southpaw versus orthodox setup, especially if you're a big puncher. You see that? That body work right there. And Ortiz needs to stay off the ropes. Damn, that's nice. If you like active ass body punchers, mate, Justin Valoria. Vernon Forrest was a great body puncher. He's somebody people always forget. Vernon Forrest, dude, in his day, one of the best in the world. People always forget about Vernon Forrest, man. R.I.P. Damn, there's been some great boxers. People just, there's people just forget about him. 1:45 left in the second. It's kind of a lost art. There's that backhand again. Ortiz isn't even seeing it coming now. Notice Ortiz's right elbow, it's staying down. That's from all those early body shots. Hands are low. That right hand's dropping a bit low. Yeah, it's going to be that back. It's going to be that backhand. God. Headbutt. Ooh, nice lead hand body rip. Nice backhand. Hell no, he doesn't like it, man. Who likes getting ripped to the body? This is something that you can't do against a body puncher. You can't box negatively. You can't just allow a body puncher to just keep rolling downhill. If you allow them to keep rolling downhill, it's gonna be your night's not gonna go well for you. He needs to stand his ground. He needs to stand his ground unless he just has absolute belief in his counterboxing abilities and fighting off the ropes. I don't know if Ortiz has that in his game plan. I didn't watch a lot of tape on him. I got to be honest with you. I'm definitely here for the Flying Hawaiian show. We saw Valoria a couple months ago on one of those Long Beach Fight Night cards. The promotion, they do it out of the Thunder Studios in Long Beach, I think. This would have been maybe 6 months ago. Oh, so I'm behind then. Okay, so that round just ended with 12 seconds on the clock. Yeah, Valoria. Did anybody take Valoria by stoppage? Valoria by stoppage? Yeah, me too. Yeah, Valoria has pedigree too. If you guys don't know, his family, his uncle, the Valoria last name. I'm pretty sure his pops was a real high-level Muay Thai fighter, and I think his uncle was a good pro. And whenever you get fighters from the island, man, those guys are notoriously tough. The Polynesian fighters. Brian Valoria is his uncle. There you go. The Hawaiian Punch. There you go. Yeah. That's what I thought. I took him after I asked you. I've never seen Valoria. Trust you. I appreciate you, David. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, and that's what we're here for, David. I'm not ever going to be 100% right. But Ortiz is coming out good in this round. But he has to. So I don't know what Ortiz's corner told him. But obviously he's listening. His corner definitely said, hey, man, you can't be on your back foot the whole time. There's still 5 rounds left in this. And you got to get this kid's respect. Stop letting him depict where the fight takes place. Stop hanging around on the ropes. Use your footwork. If you're not punching, move. Ortiz lands a nice hook. But, one thing about Valoria, he definitely trusts his chin. But that's his style. Whenever you're going to, invest in the body as much as he does, he's definitely going to have faith in his durability. I don't think so. I mean, it landed. Dude, come on, boxing. There's no better sport. There's no better sport than boxing. Dude, let's go. A minute gone in the third. It's a better round for Ortiz. And we see the first time Valoria is clinching. I don't know if something got through. I don't know if Valoria needed a bit of a reset. That's the first time we saw Valoria clinch. But he looks good. I think that's a nice body rip. Oh, and then Ortiz clinches. Olascuaga on the money line, and then I got Olascuaga I think I have him by knockout. I'll let you know. I have to look at the ticket. 1:20 in the third if you're keeping score. I got Valoria up 2-0. It's an 8-rounder. And I also have Valoria. Oh, nice check hook by Valoria. That was slick. Just that lead, just how short it was, short and sweet. A lot of core work. Yeah, and then you better have your core in shape. Something Ortiz is doing when he's punching now, he's not sitting on anything. Moving a lot. Valoria's making him waste a lot of energy. Something that I would like Valoria to do, though, if you guys are noticing this, he's throwing his, he's punching, he's landing his body shots kind of at range. You know, I don't want to say it's uncommon to see, but think about how Hackit, the range Hackit fights in that we just saw. Hackett's going to stay in the pocket and land those body shots, and he just uses range to reset. Valoria, he's landing his body shots at range, and then he exits. I actually want to see Valoria, when he lands, stay in a bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, cook in the pocket a little bit more. He's cooking, and then he's exiting. And then he's kind of giving, I don't want to say he's letting Diaz off the hook, but you see, just pay attention to that. Devin Haney getting interviewed by Serhii Bochek. Join the Discord, boys. Boys, do you think Crawford wins by decision? Nah, I don't. Fights Norman Jr. Devin Haney. Got them gold teeth. Got that broccoli. Got that broccoli haircut. Valoria needs to hop in a DeLorean and throw an 80. It's funny you say DeLorean. My Uncle Butcher used to have a DeLorean. I'm thinking of Olascuaga on points. Nice odds. Both guys are durable, true. No, a lot of people, some of you guys are talking about Camacho is on, or Olascuaga is on upset alert. Tommy, I hope it goes to decision. Brando, how do you see the main event going? Look, I got Princesa winning by knockout. I do. And that's nothing against Camacho. I think, you know, all the tape, you know, the camp, my buddy, like I said, he's still connected with the camp there in America. He, you know, every time Olascuaga fights, he messages me. He's like, Johnny, this kid is the real deal. This kid is one to watch. People are expecting Olascuaga on this platform, being featured like this, world title fight, to get the knockout. So I'm just leaving it out there. They expect him to get the knockout. I actually took points, though. I took points. But the people I know are expecting Olascuaga to knock him out. I took Olascuaga on points, just so you know. Camacho's tough. Because that sort of bright light thing works both ways. I expect Camacho to fight really well. I don't know nothing about his opponent. We got 90 seconds left in the fourth, guys. Ortiz's right eye is swelling. If you guys are just tuning in, Justin Valoria is a teenage prospect with a lot of hype behind him. He comes from a pedigree, a family of boxers, a really talented fighters. He's a big body puncher. He's a southpaw, super aggressive. And you can only take so many clean body shots, mate. That one hurt him a bit. And Valoria, you know, he's young, he's in shape. He could fight like this for 20 rounds. It's an aggressive style. It's a tough style to train for. And it's a tough style to win on your back foot unless you have, like, real serious power. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a guy, if you're game planning for Valoria and you feel that you could fight this way, you better have enough power to kind of get his respect and eventually knock him out, because you're not going to win rounds. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of right now. Oh, big left. That's that one. That's the one I thought that was going to end the fight. Ortiz got a chin on him. Damn, he's taking a lot of shots though. But the thing is, like, where I was getting at is, at the end of the day, you're training and you're fighting to win the fight. So you got to ask yourself about Ortiz's game plan. If he doesn't feel he has the power advantage, which he doesn't, and he's fighting like this, he's just fighting to survive. He's not fighting to win. The only way this style works, like I said, is if you're gonna win by stoppage, because you don't win rounds fighting negatively. It's another round for Valoria. What we talked about with one of the earlier fighters, because there's been a lot of young guys on this card. One of the fights, we had a young fighter who was up, and then it kind of leveled out. He won a decision. He kind of gave away 2 rounds. He won a majority decision. He kind of, you know, gave away the 5th. I thought he won the 6th. But where I'm getting at is, in relation to Valoria too, he's up 3 rounds. Will he fight? Like, is it frustrating him? Like, sometimes guys with a lot of hype, they seek the knockout, and then they start rushing their work, and then, you know, maybe they start getting hit too much, and they start forcing the stoppage, and they kind of get away from the game plan. And usually that's a sign of sort of, you know, experience, sometimes lack of discipline. You really don't see seasoned vets do that. You see younger guys, prospects, you kind of rush for the knockout, and then you flood your work, and everything, you get caught headhunting sort of thing. This is the 5th round. I have Valoria up 4 rounds to nothing. We're just going to see if he continues with his game plan, working the body, or if he starts headhunting. Oh, big body shot, man. Ortiz so far, he's been durable. He hasn't even really. Oh, then he gets caught. Oh, he's getting tagged. But Ortiz is still wearing it. His right eye is starting to show. Ortiz is tough, man, but Valoria is not backing down, man. The kid is relentless with his pressure. Two minutes left. Guys, I'm going on 90 minutes, man. I hate to do this. I got to cut this short, guys. I got to cut this short. I got to spar. So I got to go downstairs. I got to stretch. I got to get ready to spar a 28-year-old who's always trying to, you know, see where he stands with me. So I got to get ready. I got to make sure I'm warmed up. I appreciate everyone tapping in. I'd stay on longer if I could, but, you know, I gotta pay the bills too. You know, I'm a coach. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm going live at least twice tomorrow. If you guys are familiar with TJ from Chilltown Boxing, he's a professional bettor. We're doing a live tomorrow. He's going to be giving you all of his bets for the Crawford card. I'll be going live early morning my time as well. And I got another upload, anyway upload. So I appreciate you boys. Thank you for the support, Tommy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have fun tonight.